Let us search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much a mystery. Let us search out your history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door, be open. Come on, open your mind because you're chosen.
Because you indeed are chosen. Greetings, one and all. Welcome back to your YouTube channel, Threshing Out the Matter. And the matter that we're threshing out in this video is the life of a Jamaican teacher. And this video is going to be very, very informative. I can tell you that. Be very interesting. But we just want to look at a few things before we introduce our guest. Right? Because she is a seasoned teacher that chose to stay in Jamaica. Brain drain is very significant in Jamaica, if you all know. Have understanding. Be forewarned. Open your eyes. See what's happening. It's very significant. So the question is, should our teachers that remain be commended? Should they be commended? I am saying yes, without a doubt. These educators that chose to stay back to educate you, to educate me, our family, our children, the next generation of our lovely country, should they be commended? And I'm saying yes. I am saying without a doubt, yes. I want you to pay attention to what is happening. The brain drain in Jamaica is very significant. You have nurses, all our skilled workers are leaving. Nurses and doctors and teachers, they're leaving. We must talk about it. Look at what's happening. But guess what? Without further ado, we're going to introduce our guest tonight because we want to hear their experience, our teacher's experience. Matter of fact, we want to hear Tiffany's experience. So we're going to just welcome her to our studio, and we just want everyone in the comment section, when you come in the comment section, be respectful, be loving, be kind, ask questions that are necessary. All right, here we have it. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
I am well, thank you. And you?
I'm well, I'm giving thanks, went to work today, came home safe and sound. I'm glad and I'm happy. So, you
Awesome.
know,
Awesome.
that's what matters. You're safe and well, you're
Yeah,
happy. Give
it's
praise,
better
give
than
praise.
what is going on in the world now. Every time you leave the house and come back safe, you have to be grateful.
Most definitely, most definitely. So persons who are listening and person who will listen on the replay, I just want to give you a backstory and how I met Tiffany before we get into her life, because this is all about her. Right? So a friend of ours, I think we have a mutual friend. I can say that,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
He goes by the name of JT. He's in Denmark. So he reached
Right.
out to me and say he want to do a podcast, or should I say, that a meeting on I think it was a radio channel or a YouTube channel. I'm not sure about
Yeah.
emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Tiffany was also invited, and when I heard her speaking on the topic, I knew that this lady have not just intelligence, not just integrity, not just confidence, but
Oh,
a will, a drive, and finding out that she was a teacher, she was an educator. I'm like, wow, this is good that there's an educator with all that skill set that I'm hearing in her voice or from her that remain to teach our children, my friends, to teach our
mhm,
children in our lovely country. Because we need skilled teachers. We don't I know that persons are leaving teachers college now and going straight in the classroom. They must have someone to learn from. And I'm saying
mhm.
Tiffany, in my eyes, is someone to learn from. So without further
Oh,
ado, I'm just gonna
thank
give her a round of
you.
applause.
That's so sweet.
So I'm just gonna give her a round of applause, my friends. Just gonna give her a
Thank
round of
you.
applause just a starting before we get into the question. So of course we have Mrs. Webley in the comment section saying shalom. And she's saying yes, they should be recommended. Welcome Tiffany as well as I welcome you. Tiffany, are you comfortable? Are you set?
Yeah, man, I'm fully ready.
Okay, good, good, good. Glad to hear. All right, so we're just gonna pick your brain, Tiffany. So any questions that you don't feel comfortable answering, we can move on, right?
Sure, not a
All
problem.
right. So we're just gonna get into your background. You are a Jamaican, right? Born Jamaican, firstly.
Yes, I am born in St. Anne, raised in St. Mary my whole life, grew up in Port Maria. So yes, I am a Jamaican through and through.
Okay, all right. Originally Yardie. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right. When did you decide that you want to become a teacher and why?
I have wanted to teach since I've been 3 years old. I kid you not. Since I've been 3 years old, I've been taking the drum. You know, when your family send barrel and you
Yes.
have the drum cover. So I used to you rub down the stone, the chalk stone. I use the stone to write on the cover to teach my little brother. And
Yeah.
just like the teacher and beat him and all of these things. So I've been wanting to teach since I've been 3 years old, and I have not changed. That has not changed my entire life. That's what I've wanted to do. Initially, I wanted to teach because even as a child, I always loved children. I just loved children, and I
Yeah.
grew up with that love for children. So I wanted to be someone in a child's life that made a difference, and so that's why I wanted to teach, and that has not changed.
Wow. Wow. From 3 years old. I rem-
Yes.
I remember I have a little brother that he just loved music from he was so young, and up to now he still love music. So I do understand. From three, I tell you, you had the gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, all right. All right. So it's someone beginning up in the comment section. So thus far, so we just appreciate the welcome and the love that you're getting. So we're just gonna highlight it. All right. Yes.
I
All
think that
right.
looks like one of my parents too.
All right. Awesome. Our praises to the Most High. We want to feel as welcome as possible, as welcome and as comfortable as possible. All right. Just do. All right. Cool. Cool. So you wanted to become a teacher from age 3.
Yeah.
What I wanted to become at 3. I have no idea. I can't even remember. But all right. So tell me about your schooling, school you attend, so forth and so on.
All right, so I went to College of Agriculture, Education and Science. And funny story, I wanted to go to Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I had a mentor, someone who I really looked up to, and so I wanted to follow in her footsteps. And she went to Michael. I was in love with English. Still, I'm in love with English and literature. So I wanted to do the double English course at Michael,
Mm-hmm.
but financial constraints, we weren't able to afford it, and so I ended up going to College of Agriculture, and they did not do secondary education in English, only in math and computer, which is not my area at all. So I had to do primary education. And to be honest, I think it was a blessing in disguise because I am so happy that I am with the children, the younger ones. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's my calling when it comes to teaching. So I did case, left case. My first teaching job was with a school in Islington, Water Valley Primary. I was there for just 6 weeks. I was filling in for a teacher, and it was a wonderful experience. The sad part of the experience was the class size, for one, and for two, the reading level of the children. I'm always so very heartbroken when I see children not able to read because I remember growing up we didn't have much, but reading took me everywhere. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm a big dreamer. So I used to
Mm.
love getting lost in Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew and Harley Quinn novels when I got older. So, that was my thing. So it always saddens me when children are not reading. And when I finished Water Valley, I actually went to work with JFLL, which is Jamaican Foundation for Lifelong Learning,
Mhm.
which is now used to be Jamal, and I think they are now partnering with Heart. So I taught dropouts, children who drop out from high school, children who were in gangs, ladies, young girls who got pregnant, that kind of thing. But I was still teaching the primary education to that age group. Um, that was one of my greatest challenges
I'm
because it
gonna
is
ask you
not.
questions. I'm gonna ask you questions about that. Because what I like with you, like and it's not very good for this interview because you like to talk, and you're just giving us a lot of information, and I so you're a good person to interview and not a very bad because you're like asking the questions before answering the question before
Before
I
you
ever
even
ask you. But I
ask them.
love that. Yeah,
Okay.
I do love that. I do love that. So give me as you touch on your schooling and so forth and so on, and then you touch on students not able, and you touch on some financial aspect as well, and you
Mhm,
also touch on students not able to read and write, and I know
mhm,
sometimes it's because of their background, but I want you to
mhm.
answer this question though. How financially secured or safe you were growing up, going to school? Just a bit. You don't have to give me a lot, but just a
Um, well, to be completely honest with you, we went through when I was younger, when I was little in primary school, we went through what I like to call a financial drought. My dad wasn't working at the time. My mom was sewing,
right.
so that we could have. So I remember when we used to
Dressmaker.
share one tin of sardine for all four away. When we used to pick the green pear and still make it work. When we used to
Yeah.
eat little rice and go to bed because that's what was there. But we were always happy. We were
Hmm.
always happy because we grew up with I grew up with a lot of love and a lot of support. My parents were there. Even though my parents were there through every stage of my life. So we
Sibling.
weren't
How many
unhappy.
siblings?
I have
How many?
one brother. Yes, I have
Young,
one brother. One younger.
younger.
He's younger than me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So you're the educator in the family. All
Yeah.
right. You're gonna teach him as Webley, as Mrs. Webley say, indeed, humble beginnings. And yeah, and I like that. I like that. Because everybody love a success story. Right. So right now, this is lining up to show you who you are.
Yeah.
This is lining up. I'm telling you, that this interview is now lining up to show to to expose who you are. And what I'm saying expose is not a negative, in a positive way, because I see you as a hero. I
Oh.
see you as a hero without a cape, a hero not wearing their underwear on the outside. But anyway,
The
a
best
hero,
guys.
yes, yes, a hero without a S on your chest, my friend. And the only S you have is probably the spirit of the Most High in you, because from humble beginnings, you decided to remain in Jamaica, and we're getting there. We're getting
Hmm.
there. We're getting there.
Hmm.
So you said your first after you leave high school and decide, okay, I want to start pursuing teaching, higher
Hmm.
education in teaching. You attend.
Case College of Agricultural Science and Education. That's in Portland.
Okay, okay, yes, I heard about that. One of my friend went there already. So Mrs. Webley said Case is an excellent school, and yes, that's what I heard. And from there, you went where?
I did not go any further. I finished case and I
How many
started
years?
working. I did
How
three
many
years.
years?
I did 3 years at
Oh,
case.
it was a
When
3 year
we
course.
were to do when we were to do our degree, the program was not accredited as yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that didn't happen at that time. So I just started working
Okay, and you say your first job was the
in
Jamal
Islington.
Piper.
No, in
Okay.
Islington, it's the Water Valley Primary. I taught grade 2. My
Oh,
favorite grade 2.
okay, okay, yeah, good, good. So now you answer the question for Mrs. Webley, because she did ask what age were those children at Hiltonton.
Yeah, so grade 2, they'd be about 7, 8.
Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. You see, they're listening to you, I tell you, they're listening exactly what you're saying, and they're asking questions pertaining to what you're saying. Because I'm telling you tonight that we are going to now expose you as the hero, as one of the heroes in Jamaica, not leaving. Listen, it is, I don't want to rush the interview. It is easy to leave and go abroad. I am telling you, there's so much program out here. I checked. I have done my research. There's
Mhm.
so many programs out there for teachers to leave Jamaica to apply their skill abroad, and you,
Yeah,
Tiffany, chose to
I
stay.
know.
Yeah. So tonight we're gonna expose you as a hero, as I said. All right, all right. So you left Islington at
Mhm.
in what year, if you can remember?
I genuinely cannot.
All
It
right.
was a good.
Cool.
It was a good time back.
All right.
Maybe about 2011,
Oh, all right.
thereabout. Hmm.
And we're after.
And then I went to JFLL after that. Yeah.
All right, what's that? Talk to us. Let me understand
So
what is JFL.
JFLL, as I said, is where we teach high school aged children
Mhm.
primary level. It's basically teaching them to read. and then we go a step
Good.
further. Right. So we are basically rehabilitating them because they did not make it in the school system. And we were partnered with a college in Canada, I think it
Mhm.
is, yeah. So they had the opportunity to also travel and do their studies further abroad through that
How
program.
difficult was it? So it's a $1 million question, no, my friend. How
Mhm.
difficult was it teaching those type of students? You know, we what for whatever reason they did not get a chance to reach up to the level of education that they should be
Mhm.
at that age. How
Mhm.
difficult was it for you? Because I know it must have produced some type of patience and drag some other patience out of you. Probably what you have
Yes,
already.
that it
Continue.
did. That it did. It actually did suck some patience out of me, I'll be honest. Um, it was difficult because, as I said, I like the primary level, so I like my grade one, two, and three. That's my area. So I get to sing and dance and have fun with my
Mhm,
children at that level. But
mhm.
high school children, I can't go in front of them and sing and dance, and you understand. So it
Yes, you're being
means then
playful.
that I would have to go outside of my niche of teaching to
Mhm.
find a strategy that would work for them. But once I found that, it became easier, much easier to rap with them. Because really and truly, at that age, they're so used to being told that they're a failure. They look like they work this pooper, then this, then that, then whatever. They're so used to that kind of negative art, they really don't have anybody to just talk to, anybody to ask certain questions, somebody to just listen to them. So when I became that for them, it was easier now to then say, all right, we need to work on the reading. This is what we're going to do. We need to work on the math. This is what we're going to do. And so we developed a rapport between us, and it was easier for me to reach them.
Awesome, awesome. And you did mention that the program was joined to a Canadian program that
Yeah.
enables them to travel overseas to
Probably,
apply their
yeah,
trade.
they could do school. Right.
So was there a
Right.
success story from that?
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Was there any success story from that? Those children
Ah,
who were
to,
part in that
to be
program. Go ahead.
honest, I left before, so I'm not sure if anybody actually. I know that the persons from Canada would come out here, and so they would have that little exchange. They would bring school supplies, and
Mhm,
they would teach what do you call that? Social development kind of subjects to them,
mhm.
right? So they had that exchange, but I don't know if anybody actually got the chance
Oh,
to go overseas
matriculated
and do school,
overseas.
right?
All
Yeah.
right. So, Mrs. W had a question before we continue. She says,
Sure.
is that program limited to certain parishes at that
I am
time?
since no, because my branch was in Sunside, which is in St. Mary, but they
Mhm.
had other branches. Since they have partnered with Heart, I am not sure if they still do that anymore.
Okay, so that would have been my follow-up question. The program is still present, it's still going.
I am not sure. They partner with Heart now, so I presume that things might be different now. But I
Yeah.
haven't been in contact with the area manager since I left quite a few
Mhm.
years ago. So I really don't know.
All right, cool, cool, cool. So we also have Trudy and Nelson. So they would have just developed a hard shell, right? And to crack those shells are usually a challenge. So we
Oh
start
yes, man.
speaking with
Because a lot
yes.
of them were in gangs.
Hmm.
Lots of them were in gangs. I can tell you stories. I've had quite a few
We want to get it,
interactions.
we want to get into those stories, but we have so much to get into. We
Well,
have to
yes,
come
yes.
back. We have to come back
We
because
can come back
listen,
to that.
yes, because I have some questions pertaining to that, but you had shared that part so early in the interview. Like, whoa, I can't even ask those questions yet. I can't even ask those questions yet. I can't even ask those yet. But one of our family members and searching on the matter, her name is Rachel, Sister Rachel S. She said greetings right the matter. Greetings to you, Sister Rachel. Welcome. Yes, and she's always showing her support over here. Tiffany, and I'm sure that she will show you much love in the comment section as well. All right. All right. So that program, yeah. So that program is finished, and or you left, um,
Yeah,
you
I
left, and
left
you,
teaching altogether.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, I
right.
left teaching after that. Yeah, I left teaching for about 4 or 5 years. I was
Mm,
offered a job in sales management. So I was working with a startup ICT company,
Mm-hmm.
partnering with Flow. So we were selling business services. Yes.
All
I
right.
started as a sales rep and moved up to a sales manager in that.
Awesome. I love a success story. I can tell you that. I love a success story. So I tell you, you're going to be shown as a hero tonight. But anyway, all right. So when did you get back into teaching?
I left that 5 years after. I spent 5 years doing that, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't happy. I wasn't
Understand.
happy because even though I was making good money, I was, but it
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't what I wanted to do. It wasn't what I was called to do.
Understand.
So I left and I went back into teaching, and it was hard. It was rough. It was very rough going back.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
A lot
Okay.
had changed in the 5 years I was out, so I had to catch up.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
went back into your little area of comfort with the children of the primary
Yes.
level. That's where you went.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
I
Cool.
went
Cool.
into the private sector.
All right. So are you still at where? Are you still there now?
No, no,
Let me know
no.
where you're at now.
I am with the best school in the world,
Okay. Let us know.
Liberty Learning. I think it's the best school in the world.
Go
Liberty
ahead.
Learning Center, which is in Tower Isles in St. Mary.
All right.
Absolutely wonderful place.
All right. Big up.
This school is an answered prayer. This school is where I'm meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe so.
All right. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. How long you've been at this school?
I think this is going to be my second year,
Okay.
almost
All right.
3 years.
All
Almost
right.
3 years. I count it as three because this is my third set of new students. So it's almost 3 years. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So just not a quick synopsis or a quick run, but just to catch up. You left school, you went to college, you left
Hmm.
college, you went into teaching,
Hmm.
showing the love and support and educating those who need to be educated,
Hmm.
right? Then you
Hmm.
left and you try something different, but you didn't
Yeah.
have the love for it. So you came back to
Hmm.
your first love. As the book of
Definitely.
Revelation is saying, you come back to your
Yeah.
first love. All
Yeah.
right, you come back to your first love, you're there now. Here's the $1 million question. Were you at
Hmm.
any time tempted? At any time, I want you to be very honest now, because you're still my ear, whether or not. At any
Hmm.
time, tempted to migrate.
No, never,
Right. Before you
never.
continue, I just want to share this with the reviewers. I just want to share this with the reviewers. Give me a sec. I want to share something with the reviewers so for you to understand what is happening and why we're leading up to this question.
Hmm.
Brain drain. Over the past several decades, close to 1 million Jamaicans have immigrated to the United Kingdom. I want to read it again. Over the past several decades, close to a million Jamaicans have
Wow.
immigrated to the United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. Recent approximations indicate that over 80% of Jamaicans with tertiary level education and living outside of Jamaica were trained in Jamaica. Wow. We're what? Trained in
In
where?
Jam-
Jamaica.
yeah, crazy.
You were trained in Jamaica, my friend. Trained in Jamaica. Over a
Hmm.
million, right? They just keep
Hmm.
leaving. They just keep leaving. So the question I want to ask before I come back to you, Tiffany, when all of the skilled teachers that leave Jamaica for whatever reason, then we're not bashing them for them leaving. I'm saying it's okay that you left for whatever reason, but those
Hmm.
who remain are heroes. Those who remain are ears. I'm going to ask you why you don't tempted to leave, but I just want to
Hmm.
just share this with everyone. Look at it that over a million, over a million have left that are skilled. They mean that they have higher education than leaving than high school diploma.
Hmm.
They're skilled in whatever area. Teachers to be more specific, and they choose to leave for whatever reason. And Tiffany here is saying she wasn't even tempted. She wasn't even telling. Before we get in to the next half of the interview, here is our another person in the comment section said LSD is the absolute best school thus far. for our family. So I guess that is a parent. Big up to that school down in St. Mary.
Big up
Yeah,
Liberty all the while.
true. All right. Second year and declaring it the best. Wow. Wow. Yes, they're saying, wow, it must be doing something good. Yeah, they said
Yes, it
must have
is.
left a mark on you. See there, they left. Sorry, must have left a mark on you. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now that you're in your third year, all right?
Hmm. Hmm.
What are the pros and cons of the Jamaican teaching system, of the Jamaica teaching system? What are the pros and cons? So you said I never feel tempted to leave.
No,
What
but
I love.
I'm a different person. So my views might be very contrary to other teachers. So
That's what make the world better. Go
I was
ahead.
never tempted to leave because I'm very family oriented. So if I'm leaving, my whole family have to come back at me, mommy, daddy, everybody. Because I'm big on, if my mother calls me and says this is wrong, I should be just a taxi away, right? One bus ride away or one taxi away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd be able to be overseas and anything goes wrong and I can't come back here to her in time. So that was one very important thing for me. I'd have to carry everybody. Secondly, oh Lord, this who our Jamaican system, how we teach children and how we are able to discipline children is completely different from overseas.
Mm-hmm.
And the behavior with our children versus overseas, especially in America, with more Caucasian children, is
Mm-hmm.
different. I'm a very disciplined person,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very disciplined person. And there are certain things that I have zero tolerance for. And I just don't think that my personality and the type
Mm-hmm.
of teacher and the type of parent that I am is going to work with the culture of the children that are there.
Okay.
And so for those reasons, I was never tempted to leave. Furthermore, I love my country. I love my yard. And if all of us go, what's going to happen to our children? I have a child.
Awesome.
So there was
Awesome.
all that. Yeah.
Awesome. I love those answers, family oriented. Family oriented. Being here for the children. I'm a disciplinarian, and those culture will not fit me. They will send me to prison. I guess that's what you're saying.
That is it. Exactly.
Exactly. All right. So before we get to the next question, Tiffany, we have a question from one of our commenters. He's saying, is it a fact that foreign teachers get more pay than Jamaican teachers?
I can't say because I've never worked overseas. I do have friends. I have two friends that just migrated recently, one to Canada, one to England. I
Okay.
don't know if they get more pay. What I do know is that the cost of living is probably better and the exchange rate as well. So if they're planning to send money out here to do things out here, it works out better because of the exchange rate. And the
Yep.
cost of living is definitely cheaper. So it's easier to survive there than it is to survive here. Plus, in some countries overseas, you're able to do two or three jobs easily. You
Okay.
can't necessarily do that here unless you're going to do one online. And being a teacher is a full
Time.
time job.
Yeah. You may agree like me know about teaching. Anyway.
But it is.
All right, all right. So another question. He said, "What has inspired you to stay in the classroom while others leave?" Excellent question.
Because
Excellent
I am
question.
me. I am me and I am not impacted by other people. I'll be honest with you, viewers. I live in a little bubble, you see? And you see, once everything is okay in my bubble, I am fine. Doesn't mean that I am not aware of some of the things. I won't pretend like I know everything happening in the world. Doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean I'm not aware of some of the things that are happening. But if I'm okay in my bubble, then it is fine. And I am comfortable and I am happy where I am presently. Would I love to make some more money? Of course. Why
Yeah.
not? Who wouldn't? But
Mm-hmm.
am I able to pay my bills? Am I able to pay my rent? Am I able to take care of my child and my mom right now? Yes. And so I'm good.
Awesome.
I whatever everybody else is doing must be dependent on the life that they're leading, which has nothing to do with me. So I'm not that concerned with other people's
Yeah.
decisions.
Even though you want to make money, you're also logical. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
because there are other ways I can make money. I have a skill. Once you have a skill,
Yeah.
you just need to budget your time and figure
Mhm.
it out. And I can do so many things online.
True. True,
Yeah.
true, true. I'll praise this to the most high, sister. I love it. I love where the interview is going so far. All right. So you're in the classroom. We're getting in the classroom now, you know.
Mhm.
We're getting in the first classroom you ever teach. We're getting into the present classroom that you have now. So just asking you a general question. So have you ever witnessed bullying in school? I guess the parents know, you know, the parents know are just in line, you know. I mean, I have a parent here. I'm sure she's a parent. My good friend Amanda, she's here. You know, she's saying I'm sure that she want to hear this chain of questioning. You know, she want to hear this chain of questioning. Um,
Bullying.
all right, yeah, Tanisha is also here as well. Hi, Tanisha. Right. So I'm sure that they want to hear this chain of questions now. Have you seen bullying in school, in the
Yes.
classroom?
In my classroom, definitely not. But in general, yes, I have a son. He goes to public school, and yes, I have experienced firsthand him being bullied
Oh,
physically and
verbally.
emotionally, verbally, mentally, all of the them, except for spiritually. But yes, I have witnessed him being bullied. He was
Oh,
stabbed in his hand with a
wow.
pencil by another boy. He was kicked repeatedly in his genital area
Mm-hmm.
by an older boy. And to be honest, there wasn't much redress from the school. So I have experienced bullying, and it's sad. I think if I can just let me be honest with you, the public school system is completely different from the private school system. Not in terms of the curriculum that is taught, but
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the culture of a lot of schools. My son has been to two. Oh yes, I was bullied in primary school. Responding to one of your viewers, yes, I was bullied
Mm-hmm.
in primary school. I was also bullied in high school, um, and it is something that you have to it can leave a kind of trauma on you, and something that you have to realize, admit to, and work through to rise above that and not become a product of that experience. But as I was saying, the private school system is different. So there are a lot of things that don't happen as frequently in the private schools, and there are a lot of experiences that primary school children are not privy to, public school children are not privy to, that private school children get. And
Okay. Vice versa.
that's part of the reason why that's part of the reason why I think I will stay in the
In
private school
the school
system.
sector. All right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Wow. All right. Before listen, you just opened a can of worms just now. So before I move on to the question that I have, that I have, so Julian Nelson says, okay, viewers, just take over the interview, ask all of your questions. It's fine.
All right.
All right. So Julian said, all right, parents are the biggest
Yes,
bullies. They try to bully teachers and children alike.
and that
I
comment
I
is true.
agree. I agree. Go ahead.
Some parents, but that was the pro to COVID.
Hmm.
That was the pro to COVID, because I promise you, after COVID, teachers got so much more respect from parents when they realized what our day to day looks like.
Because they didn't want their children at home. We can't wait for
No, but
COVID.
some parents can hardly manage. They have one or two, and they can hardly manage to maintain or discipline the one or two. I have
True.
21 students in my class. Other teachers might have 30 and 40 and more, depending on where they are, their class sizes. And we not only have to teach, we also have to manage the classroom. We have to doctor, we have to be guidance counselors. We have to be everything. We have to mommy, we have to daddy, we have to be everything in that classroom to every single child who has a different personality and a different learning style and comes from a different background and different religious beliefs, and we have to incorporate all of that into one sitting every day to teach and ensure that we reach them so that they
That's
can
why.
pass government exams.
Sure. And that's
Mhm.
the reason why we need teachers to remain skilled teachers and seasoned teachers to remain in Jamaica. Right? We need them to remain in Jamaica to be able to handle these children. Because remember, you have garnered these skills because of experience. And when you have garnered these skills because of experience that you have over the years, and then you just decide, oh, I'm going to just leave, right? No, when you will now leave the country, you have teachers that just come out of college, going straight in the classroom. They have no prior experience. They
Mm-hmm.
will fail. They will fail
But
our
that's
children.
no, I disagree with that because
Go
when
ahead.
I left college, I didn't go into the classroom immediately. Because in my day, when I left college, it was hard to get a job. It was
Hmm.
hard to get a job as a teacher.
As a
I think
teacher,
I
go ahead.
sat down for about 2 or 3 years before I got a job. 1 or 2 years before I got a job. Now
Hmm.
teachers are needed like hot bread, but
True.
before it was hard to get a teacher. That was a couple years ago. Um, but I would not say they're going to fail because if you are a good student and you actually learn something and you actually like the profession that you're going in, then
Hmm.
you come to the teaching profession with new and fresh ideas. And as long as you don't allow the older teachers who are set in their ways and who feel like this should be done this way and who are not open to new things, and you don't allow that to phase you and you do what you need, then you can shine because that's what I did.
I
I
stand
brought
corrected.
me to the classroom.
I stand corrected then, my friend. You're dear. I'm not. All right. So this question: Have parents ever tried to bully you? And have you answered that question? Has a parent
If
ever tried to bully?
parents have tried to bully me,
Hmm.
all right, so this is who I am. My school, we all have, each teacher has a WhatsApp group, right? And
Hmm.
so we introduce ourselves and we set the tone for our classes.
Yeah.
In the same way my class has class rules, my WhatsApp has class rules. When we have our consultations where we meet with our parents, in the same way my children have guidelines, my parents have guidelines. So there are certain things I will not tolerate. Right? If
Awesome.
you have an issue, I expect you to speak to me because I'm big on communication, but I expect you to speak to me, not at me. The moment you start crossing a certain line, we're done having that conversation. A parent has, I've never gotten
Wow. Wow. Wow.
physical
Wow.
with a
Love it.
parent, never gotten
Hmm.
physical with a parent, but I have been threatened before and
Hmm.
I have had to bring the police involved in when I was working
Wow.
with JFLL
Hmm.
back then. But now I really don't have that issue. The moment you cross a certain line,
Hmm.
I step away from that situation. I walk away from that situation because I'm not going to do certain things. Intelligent people act intelligently.
Beautifully said.
Simple as
Beautiful.
that.
Beautifully said.
So yeah,
All right.
I don't have that issue. I
All
don't.
right. What is it? Sponge Bieber said, "Trust me, it's not nice." True. All right. Private school offer no real benefits to teachers in Jamaica. Is that true? D Queen said
Not my school. That's
that.
I love my school. My school
D Queen.
offers health. My school, all right, some private schools do not pay you right through the year. So
Okay.
in holiday time, in summertime, you
Yeah.
might not get a salary. My school pays
Oh,
you through the year. My school
okay.
also provides health insurance. I have my health card, and they also provide life insurance.
Hey, I like what she said. Oh, my school did this, and my school did that,
My
and my
school,
school,
yes,
my school, and my.
yes. So that's
All
why
right,
I
cool.
say I work at the best place ever.
Cool, cool. D Queen, are you a teacher? Let me know if you're a teacher as well. Because we're gonna invite other teachers on, if time permit. All right. Um,
Mhm.
all right. Sister Rachel bringing up the Queen. Sister Rachel always letting person feel welcome, and I love her. All right. All right. So Julian said, "Ah, ha, ha, COVID did its thing." Agree
Yep,
with you there.
it
All
did.
right.
It
Yeah,
really
it
did.
did. It did. Really did. Okay. So it seems like Sponge Bebo is a teacher saying it was a downfall
A
for me.
downfall for me. I'm not sure what was a downfall.
Yeah, I was wondering if it's a COVID time person is
Oh,
talking about.
okay.
All right.
I think the biggest thing that people need to learn to do, you
Mhm,
need to learn to alter your mindset. This is something that I learned in COVID time.
mhm,
It is perspective is everything. It might sound like a cliche statement, but it is true. And
Mhm.
that's part of the reason why we have, I know you probably haven't gotten there yet, and I'm dying for you to get there. In regards to the brain drain, people just
Yeah.
don't learn to live within their means.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with living within your means, you know.
Get in there. All right. All right. Just
I'll
want,
wait till they get there.
all right. So I just wanted to get the commenters get through their questions,
Mhm.
because we're here to communicate and get involved with the conversation. Julian says teachers are stretched thin, and that's where the frustration of wanting to leave comes in. And we're getting there, Julian. All
I
right.
agree.
Some teachers, some teachers follow their friends and left. Yeah, true. All right, Shadow. I can see you though. It is said that Jamaican teachers are underpaid, so they are venturing out for greener fields. I must say, those who remain play a very important role in Jamaica. Of
Mhm.
course, without a doubt, listen, man, it without a doubt, they must be commended. You just imagine all the teachers they leave, all the teachers left. What would have happened to our children? We would be here to educate them. Come on. All right. I'm giving you a break for now. I just read out these. All right. Good for you. Boundary setting is critical in all relationship. Brilliantly
Thank
said.
you.
Listen, man. Really, listen, I think I need to give that one a round of applause.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Love in all relationship, boundary setting must be applied.
That's a
Yes, it
word.
must be.
Yeah.
It must be applied. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I? Okay, good. All right, Sister Rachel giving some love in the comment section. Um, lucky you, girl. Yes, with all those perks you're getting done at your best school there.
Best
D
school
Queen is saying,
ever.
all right, yes, I am. Okay, D Queen, I'm gonna invite all the teachers here. I'm gonna invite you on in a while. So if you're not that shy, I know some perks are very shy. So if you're not that shy, you can come on in a while. All right. I like how she's bigging up her school. Not you, Tanisha. I tell you. I
One
tell you.
party,
I mean,
one
come on,
team.
come on. You're at a private school. And you're getting paid in the summertime and all that. You wouldn't pick up your school, my friend. Come
Of course,
on.
ma'am. Of course.
Yeah, true. All right. Do you get support from parents? Do you get support from
Yes,
parents?
I have the best parents in the world.
No,
I do.
no, 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 no.
My parents are very supportive.
Hold
My
on.
parents are very supportive. If I decide that I want to plan this program and I say, okay, I need this, I need that, they say, yes, auntie, anything I need. And they're there. My parents are very, very, very supportive.
By
Lovely.
tomorrow, by tomorrow, your school is not gonna have much space to have any students.
Listen, my school already is full. We have persons on waiting
Listen,
list.
man,
Okay, my school is
you
full.
are promoting your school now, So tomorrow there's gonna be so many. All right. I'm just going to do a couple more and get back to the question here, right? So the Queen saying I'm shy and laughing and all that. No, you're not. You're not that shy. You're just saying you're shy.
Can't be
You know,
teacher and shy.
why person always tell them shy when they don't really shy, and
It
give
can't be
them
teacher and shy.
listen, man, give them 5 minutes in the conversation. You have to wonder, oh, she is shy. Right. I like how she was doing that too. It's not all about the money, though. True. All right.
Much important, but it's not.
Baby, make sure McDonald, aka Shadow. Makisha, man, Makisha. Yes, this is one of my coworker. Hi, Makisha. Along with the many of them,
Okay.
Tanisha and Amanda and all of those nice people.
Okay.
Yes, here to just give you some love, because I told them that you were coming, and of course they wanted to come and give you the support and make you feel as comfortable and as love as possible. All right. Julian is saying boundaries. That's why my work phone is off at 3 p.m. each day. Whoa, yo, I love that. You don't,
No.
if you don't set boundaries, they will call and text text
I
teacher.
think
Right?
and that
Really?
is true. But the unique thing about being a teacher who's also a parent is that
Mhm,
you understand certain things. So for example, if my school has a PTA meeting, it's going to be for 5 o'clock. And some persons might say that sounds really late, but who leaves work before 4 or 5 o'clock? You
mhm.
understand? So we make we are understanding that everybody has to work, and so we create avenues for our parents. So my cutoff time in the evenings is at 6 p.m. My
Oh,
parents know that certain things are not to be posted in my group. If you post certain things in my group, I will remove it. If you post it again, I will close my group and we will have a conversation. And if you are rude, I will remove you. You understand? Because respect has to be at the forefront of every relationship. They text me or call me up until 6 o'clock. I give them that time. So 6 in the evenings, and I am available by 7 in the mornings because I have to reach work at 7:30. So I operate from 7:30 to 2:30 at school, and I give them up until 6. I am available at a certain time on Saturdays. Sundays are mine. So I don't accept phone calls on Sundays. If a parent sends a message and I read it and realize that it's an emergency or if it's something that they need the information now, I will respond. When it comes to like projects, if I give the project today and it's due next week, Thursday, for argument's sake,
Mm-hmm.
if you have an issue with bringing it in on that time, you have 2 days grace period to let me know. If you don't let me know before that, then it's a zero. It's as simple as that.
All right,
So
all
we
right.
set
So,
certain standards with our parents because we set certain standards with our children. And if they don't see the example, they don't have anything to follow. I am big on leading by example, not just do what I say,
awesome,
but do what I do. Yes.
awesome, awesome. I love that. All right, the baby wordplay say, do you know supportive parents key thing true? All right, nice that they support you. That she asked about the parents. If the parents support, she's saying nice that they support you. And also, we're getting we love you too, Aunt Tiffany. Wow. Mm-mm.
Yes.
All right. So one person asked if you're in Kingston. I don't know if you want to answer that one.
No,
Or
I'm in St. Mary. St.
all
Mary.
right.
Closer to
Okay.
Ocherius.
Okay. Yes. And Mrs. W did answer that you're in St. Mary at the present. So,
Yeah.
all right. Education is a three-way street. Parents, teachers, and students. If there is a breakdown at any point, the child education
That,
suffers.
that deserves a round of
Of
applause.
course, you know me.
That deserves a round of applause.
You know me quite well.
Yeah.
Man, for real. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that one. I
Yeah.
really love that one.
There are stakeholders and everybody has to play their part. So if the parent
Student,
not doing their
student,
part,
one of the
then
student is your teacher.
even if the teacher is bending backwards, then it's just not going to happen. And that's why I am big on building good relationship with my parents. And that's something I think I have near mastered in my time teaching. I always have really good relationship with my parents.
Okay. Lovely, 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 lovely. And if Tani, what's the person name who sent that message just now? Julian, are you a teacher? Let us know. All right. You're a born teacher. My mother, sister were two. Yeah, you're born. You know, some person was born leaders.
Teaching
Yes.
is a work of art.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow. Mm, you
it
said
is.
it well. Thanks for letting me know. Big up St. Mary. My father's family is from there. Yeah, Cape Town is also from St. Mary. I don't know anybody. He made it well known that he's from St. Mary. I don't know. The only thing I know
Yes,
about St. Mary is Cape Town and Banana
famous
Shift.
parish,
I mean, Cape Town and Banana Shift. That's all I don't know about St. Mary.
right?
Yeah. So the one parish that I didn't know anything about is Hanover, and I went there because it's called the Forgotten Parish. Sometime anyone has anyone you heard of positive discipline? Wow, you
Mm-hmm.
heard about that one before? Positive discipline,
All discipline positive as far as I'm concerned.
fun is discipline, right? And Mr. W are saying I've heard of positive reinforcement.
Positive
Yes, positive
reinforcement,
reinforcement.
yes, right. But there's
Yes,
also negative reinforcement.
yes. All right. So we're getting back
Yes.
to our questioning now. So, all right. Do you do you agree with the curriculum being taught to students? No. Entirely. Or do you say, you know what? Even though it is given to us by whomever to teach, I don't feel comfortable with this part. And I may water in this part or go at it at a different angle. Are you comfortable entirely with the curriculum being given?
Um, I know the curriculum for grades 1, 2, 3, and a little bit of kindergarten. I am not 100% familiar with the grade 4, 5, 6 curriculum, mostly because I don't teach that area. So I
Yeah.
don't really. I'll peruse for my son's sake, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't really know it. What I like about the curriculum is this: the things that children are learning now are a little
Mm-hmm.
bit more advanced than what we were learning when we were in primary school. How they are tested now is more
True.
critical than how we were tested when we were in primary school. When I
True.
was in primary school, I remember there was this big, everybody was so scared to do the grade four literacy test. Oh my,
Mm-hmm. What happened? What happened just now? Wait, wait. She be back. She be back soon.
and it was
Or internet.
crazy. And then I did the grade four literacy test, and it was literally look at this picture and match this picture to the word.
Yeah.
What? Right? So I was
Yeah.
like, this is so easy. So I breezed through it. And
Yeah.
I remember feeling the same way about GSAT as well. I was scared. And then I went and I breezed through it and I got really high grades, good passes. In GSAT, I got my first choice at Mary High.
Mm-hmm.
PEP, no. Listen, if I was to do a PEP exam as a grade two teacher, I would have to study for that. I'd have to sit down and study for it. All right. And I think it is good because if I put a 4 or 5 year old in front of a device and give them maybe half a day, I am sure they know how to play the game. They change whatever interface. They put
Yeah.
on lock code. They this, they that, the whatever, and they are fully functional because they're playing around with it and they're just learning. Which means children are sponges. They soak up information, especially if it is delivered to them in a way that piques their interest. So I think this is the stage where they should learn as much as they can because when they get to high school, they lazy, they don't want to learn nothing. Nothing.
Let me interject for a second just to ask this question. Private school have the same curriculum as public school? That's the question.
Because we are aligned with the Ministry of Education, we do follow the same curriculum. I can think of one private school in Ocherias that uses an overseas curriculum. I don't remember. I think it's called the Abacus or something like that. I don't remember. They
Mm-hmm.
use an overseas curriculum. But most other private schools that I have worked at and that I am aware of use the curriculum that all public schools use. And I think that makes sense. I believe that we have like the best education out here. Like our children, when they do well out here, they go overseas and they take off. Even when they're not doing well, even when they're like C students, they go overseas and they take off. So
That's what
I
I
don't
heard.
see why I would want to teach any other curriculum. I
That
will say that there are some things that probably don't need to be taught. It's not necessary. And I think
mm-hmm.
that's just my preference, that religious education, I just believe that it should not be taught. I think
Mm-hmm.
that parents should be the ones who teach their children spiritual morals and values, and that should not be at the school level. But that's my personal preference. Apart from that, I think that the children need to be pushed. I think that they need to develop critical thinking and critical listening skills. And so I am happy that the curriculum is a little bit more challenging because our children are intelligent.
All right. So that's what Mrs. Webley is saying, that yes, our grade four literacy was ridiculously easy for us. Some
Ridiculously
people.
easy.
All right. All right. So I'm going to read two more of these comments and then get back to the question that I want to ask.
Mhm.
Yeah, we answered that one already. She's like, Pep, yes, man. I've been taught Pep 4, 5, and 6, not a walk in the park at all. Not at all. Not at all.
It
And
is not.
Julian is also a teacher. I hear.
It is not.
Sister Amia, how are you? No, we haven't talked in a while. I know you're probably gonna beat me up, but yeah. I can say that I'm back now. We're gonna do Bible Jeopardy next weekend, most I willing. So we're here. We're gonna be here. All right. Hi, Sister Amia. So she said Abeka. Do you have an idea what is that? What she just
That's
mentioned?
the that's
Abeka?
the that's the curriculum, the overseas curriculum that the school I
Okay.
was mentioning uses. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank
Awesome.
you for the correction.
Yeah, I like when knowledge is shared and then other person can grasp it and say, okay, like can we just do this networking and share knowledge at the moment? 'Cause I have no idea
Yeah.
what make
Yeah.
a Becca was until you explain. So all
Yeah,
praises to
right.
the yeah, yeah. All right. So the students struggle because it requires thinking outside the box, and our children are, for lack of a better work, limited, or for lack of a better
And
word,
I agree and
limited.
I disagree with that comment. I agree because to some extent and for some children it is true. But
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of children, they do not have teachers who teach them outside the box. And we can't expect the children to know things. It's like a simple example. You teach your children ABC 1, 2, 3. And then when they go into the exam, they see the square root of 8 times 2 times 3. And they're seeing words that they've never seen, and they're seeing problems that they've never seen, and they don't know how to apply the basic knowledge that they got in class to these
Tiffany,
problems because they were not taught.
yeah, Tiffany, as you're talking about PEP and advanced teaching and in comparison to yesteryears, I remember my son is in grade 3, right? And
Mhm.
I look at his schoolwork, and then I'm seeing this young man doing transposition. Like, I remember I went to evening class doing math 60, and I'm seeing transposition, which some of my my peers at that time was struggling doing. And my son is in grade 3 and getting transposition. So I call his teacher. I mean, as, as a concerning parent.
Right? Why you getting my child sexy work?
I mean, because remember, I did it, I just did it, so I know exactly what his transposition.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Miss, why are you giving my grade 3, a grade 3 student transposition? But she was now explaining that they have the capacity to learn. It's like we are
That's
holding
it.
them back by giving
That's
them one, two,
it.
three, as you said.
Exactly. My
Yeah.
children last year, when they left my class, they knew from their 2 timetables right up to their 11 times table. These are grade 2.
Awesome, awesome. So someone is
Yeah.
touch on the topic that you said. You thought from your opinion, I think that religious education is not about Christian. She's saying that religious education is not about Christianity only.
I'm
It
aware.
educates children about all the world religions. Parents will
Mhm.
be able to teach that. What do you say about that? Before not long, but what do you say about that comment?
Why is it necessary? Why do they need to know?
So I guess she's saying that since we are
Listen,
educating our children.
like I said, let me cut you. Like I said, my perspectives are
Mhm.
different based on my experiences and the knowledge that I have as well.
Yes.
When I say religious education is not necessarily necessary, religious education in primary school is taught at grade 4, 5, and 6. It is not tested in PEP. PEP
Hmm.
is not easy as we established before.
Yes.
Why are we not focusing on what the children need, what they need to pass
Okay.
an exam in order to do well
I
in high school? That is
I get I
that is
get
the area that I'm coming from.
okay, I
Really
get
and
you.
truly, though, I also believe that children should not be indoctrinated. Yes, it is okay to know that there are different religions in the world. One
Hmm.
named Judaism, one named this, one named that, whatever, whatever. Fine.
Hmm.
But what I think parents really should focus on, even if you don't go to church, teach your children morals and values, to be kind, to be your brother's keeper, to just be a good person. You understand those things?
All
Because
right.
once your child has love, love is the greatest thing. So once they have love, everything else will basically trickle down.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. We're
That's
getting
just me.
yeah, we're getting warm. We're getting very warm. All right. Somebody's saying they struggle with timetable. Okay, so you're saying that your student can take to the timetable from 2 times to
2
wherever.
right up to
Right.
11. Yes,
Yeah,
and
this is
that's because teacher is going to beat the drum and we are going to do it to rhythm because music and rhythm helps children to retain things. And they're
yes.
having fun, so it doesn't even feel like they're learning. So we're in
And
there,
you
and
do
we're counting and we're going.
and we do repetitive, repetitive,
Yep,
repetitive, repetitive,
yep. I am
repetitive.
big on route learning. Repeat, repeat,
All
repeat,
right.
repeat. Because what you repeat, that's what stays in the forefront of your mind.
All right, awesome. The Queen saying I did it at the C set level and I love it. They're talking about transition was that? I don't know. I don't know. Probably we
Oh,
passed that. I'm
sorry.
sorry, the Queen. All right, it makes them well rounded. Things you're talking about the religious education teaching.
Sorry.
Right, it's funny because in grade 7 we got a group project to look at different religion or religion wedding. All right, cool, cool, cool.
Why?
All right.
Why we
You
need
want
that?
you,
Like,
you want you want to
how do I
respond to that?
use that information in the future? I'm going to become a doctor. Why do I need to know about religious weddings? I'm just saying, if it's not applicable to real life, I don't see
Mhm.
why we need to teach it. And as teachers, everything that we teach, we need to find a way to make it applicable to real life so that the children can see how it makes sense.
All right, cool, cool, cool. I get you. I guess we have to get you back on a different topic to talk about that aspect. Yeah, because
Yes.
that seems like it's opening up a can of worms. All right, cool, cool, cool.
Afterwards.
Yeah. All right, all right, all right, Stephanie. All right. Have you seen your children are acting more violently, or are boys more feminine, or girls more masculine because of social media?
Social media.
Yes.
I not um Not in my classroom, to be honest, but I have seen it in my community. I
Mm-hmm.
have seen boys who I know previously to be class bullies, even, are now saying little things and acting little ways and singing little songs, and you know
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even recently, a friend of mine spoke to me and my husband and I, and let us know that, there's this particular child who was trying to encourage my child to follow him into some bush of the sort. And he stopped it because something, triggered it and it didn't
Yeah,
feel right to
yeah,
him.
yeah.
And really and truly, when we spoke to the child, he expressed that, away him sip on TikTok or away him sip on whatever, and the shows that he's watching and the cartoons and a lot of things on YouTube are not for children. And they
Uh-huh.
might be animated, but they are not for children.
Even though they are directed at children, they're
Oh, of
still
course, because why not spiritual warfare,
all
Of
right.
course.
All right, cool, 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 cool. So you have seen the effect of social media, but not in your classroom
No.
directly.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what I have seen in my classroom. What
Mm-hmm.
I see in my classroom where social media is concerned is how children talk. So I'm getting, and that's why they struggle with doing language arts. They struggle with doing English because of social media. So I'm getting a lot of, yeah, like I don't know, LOL, and everybody's talking in slangs and all of these. There's a song and the attitude that comes with it, and they're like, "Be so for real, auntie. Be so for real."
Oh
And oh, you're
my.
so demure. So they're so caught up in all of that that sometimes it takes away from them focusing on school.
Does it? Yes, that's the question I want to, a follow-up question on that as you're talking. Does it affect their their standard English?
Yeah,
Because of the slang that you're using, and then they will be able to articulate themselves in writing properly
yeah,
because of
yeah,
their used to using um slang. Because when I wanted to write English properly, I had to start trying to speak English properly.
yeah,
I can write it down properly. So you're saying yes. All right. So Julia
yeah,
said, what's your
definitely.
take on teachers
I've
who
marked
are
papers and seen LOL and TTYL, for example, in the paper, and I'm like, what?
all right.
Seriously.
All right. All right. So
Yep.
Julian is saying, what's your take on teachers who are choosing to stay being compensated? Yes. So that's where we want to get at. Brain drain. Brain drain, person leaving because of they want to make a better life for their family. And I can't knock everybody, my friend. I can't knock everybody.
Nobody
But
at
I
all.
am
I
saying,
believe two things need to happen.
go
Two
ahead.
things need to happen in order for teachers to feel valued in COVID time. And this is me speaking based on other teachers who have shared their experiences with me because I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I say, I'm in the private sector. In COVID time, because teachers had to be online, the government needed to keep them keep tabs on them. Let's put it that way. So they had to do a lot of reports and forms and a bag of paperwork, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that when COVID time ended, the paperwork should have ended too. It
Mm-hmm.
didn't, as far as what I am understanding. So teachers don't only have to teach and they don't only have to do lesson plans, but they have to do reports and they have to do progress reports and they have to do a bunch of other things. I don't even know what the forms are called because to me they are unnecessary. So teachers have to do so much more additional work. And in my opinion, that additional work takes away from what they are actually supposed to do, which is teaching the children. That and then now when the children are not doing well, oh, the teachers are failing, and that's all everybody sees. And let us give them more paperwork, and let us sit high and look low because we don't know what's going on in the classroom anymore because we're not there. So let's
Mm-hmm.
just infuse more stress on the teachers who are not doing well because of the stress anyways, and let's not talk to our teachers and our stakeholders and find out what's going on. So I think that is one issue, the amount of paperwork and the amount of extra things that teachers are needed to do. A second problem is the students that we are getting in schools now are not like the students that were in schools when I was going to school or even a couple of years ago. And this is because of lack of good parenting, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Stay unstable homes. There are no fathers there to show them what a father should be. Um, People having children way too young, so children having children, and the music industry, the music industry, because a lot of these children are listening to these songs, and remember, even the Bible says, by beholding we become changed, right? And we behold through all our five senses. And these songs that they're listening to, some of them don't have certain moral background to be able to hear a song and not ingest it, if you know what I mean. So they're
Mm-hmm.
taking on these songs and everybody's a sking and everybody's a this and everybody's a that, everybody bad. So they come to school now and it's just war. It's like this thing is war and violence, and teachers don't get danger pay. No. You understand? So now we have to deal with the additional stress of paperwork and responsibility and all that is expected from teachers, from the government, along with
Mm-hmm.
the bad behavior and the indiscipline from the students. And bear in mind, there is no more punishment, you know. You can't slap them anymore, right? Because we're in the era of soft parenting and soft
So,
teaching. So,
yeah, that's the one. That's one. I would just want to interject a question there.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
How did the removal of corporal punishment affects teachers dealing with
Horrible.
children?
It's a horrible effect. This is, I believe in balance. I believe in structure. So I do believe in thou shalt not spoil the child by sparing the rod. I fully believe in that. I grew up and got, quite a few crap at my behind, and it was necessary. And I have learned certain lessons that I needed to learn because we're stubborn. You understand, as
True.
children. And so it's not only taking the corporal punishment out, it's allowing the children to know. So when children are going to write, when they're going to do a whole poem called "Teacher Can't Lick Me," I'm sure some year ago I saw that poem come on TV where they did that. The children did that poem, and people thought it was funny. It was not. I have had the experience where a child looked at me and said to me, I was trying to discipline the child, just verbally talking to the child, and the
Mhm.
child looked at me and said, "Listen, you can't do me anything worse. You're in a private school. You can't beat me." Now I won't tell you how that ended because I am
Mhm.
me, but
Yeah.
but it is a sore point, and the children are not being disciplined. And if they were all coming from wonderful homes where they were moral and beautiful and wonderful little angels,
Yeah.
then we wouldn't need it. We could say, go to the timeout corner and think of what you have done, but that
True.
doesn't work. Let's be honest, we have children beating up teachers even at the primary school level. Yeah. So if the government wants to keep their teachers, they need to cut out some of the ridiculous things that they ask for, the unnecessary paperwork, the unnecessary things that they themselves are not looking at. And yeah, and then they need to bring back some form of structure in terms of how children are disciplined. And then they need to slap the teachers with a razor pay that makes sense so that they can exist within this country's economic climate, because cost of living is ridiculous.
Oh my. So, I have no idea what this is, especially Roblox Parents Be Vigilant. What's that?
Yes, Roblox is a game,
Oh.
and everything online nowadays is targeting our children.
Yeah.
Everything, and it
Yeah, man.
also
Definitely.
does their mind.
Definitely. Definitely. Not only affects their speech but writing as well, as we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
No, Nautica don't work on anyone. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, so yeah, so this thing about brain drain, where persons are not staying in the labor force, is weakening the labor force, going over or abroad to strengthen other countries' labor force. And then the teachers that remain are not compensated. I know you can't, I know that this is not a question posed to you, but
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask why generally. The teachers that remain are not compensated, are not commended. You know, they have to be demonstrating, they have to be going into union and all of that. to be
That's a simple
compensated.
answer, you know. It's a really simple answer, and
Right,
it's
try me.
one that might get me in some trouble.
Okay.
The government doesn't care about the people, and they don't care about the teachers. They just want to ensure that their pocket is as fat as it can be. It's as simple as that. If we had a government that actually gave a crap about Jamaican people, then so many things would be different. Why do politicians need to be paid so much money when all they do is have meetings and sleep in the meetings, as we see on television? Why do
It's
they
not,
need
it's
to
not
be paid so much? We pay for their airfare, we pay for their transportation, they get everything free, they practically live free, we pay for their housing, them everything. If they go foreign, then put it under a meeting for Jamaica. And we
yeah.
pay for it. Why do they need 500,000 or more in their bank accounts to do what?
You know, I see
Politicians
teachers.
shouldn't get more than $200,000 per
I
month,
see where
and it should be
teachers.
taxed.
I agree. I see where teachers are one of the most important persons in our
Of course,
workforce.
yeah.
Yes, because everybody that need a skill have to go to school. They have to be taught
Exactly.
by they need to be taught by
Including the
someone. You see it,
politicians.
including the politicians, including the
Exactly.
police, including the doctors. You don't understand
Everybody.
how much passion I have for this thing. And then and the teachers are gonna be underpaid. You're gonna treat them like they don't matter. All right. Okay. So the ones that realize, okay, you're treating us like we don't matter, we're gonna go overseas. And the one that remain, you're not gonna try something to compensate them. So what are you telling
No,
them? No, what you're saying to them now, the government are now saying to them, you know what, you don't say that your friends are
you
leaving. What,
don't
what are you still
matter.
what are you
You
still doing
don't
here?
matter.
That's what they're
You
saying
don't.
to you,
That is just
actually.
it. Exactly. We don't
What,
matter. They don't
yeah,
treat
what
us
are
like
you
we
doing here?
matter.
You don't see your friend, just leave. Why? What are you doing here? We don't care about it. What? That's what you're saying. That's what they're saying. And I tell you the truth.
Exactly.
But but Julian is saying also we can't raise our voice. They say that's also called verbal abuse. Everything is abuse nowadays. Yeah, man, everything is abuse nowadays. Everything the thing is abuse. Everything the thing.
My opinion is a little trauma is necessary.
Definitely. All right. So my good friends, most of these children nowadays are so technologically equipped. If we the parents don't put our foot down and help the teachers, if not, the only thing we are going to get out of them is a blank page. Wow. True.
Listen, my
True.
son, my
True.
son absolutely loves Roblox, and he meets up with his friends online and they play games and whatever. And I am the type of parent where his WhatsApp is on my laptop. So I have to
Hmm.
check his messages. I know I listen. His room
How
door
old
is
is your son?
open. I'm hearing what's going on. If
Oh,
I hear
how
something
old is
that
your
don't
son?
sound right,
How old is your
he just turned 10. Yesterday was his birthday. He just
son?
turned 10. Yeah. And I don't catch everything. I still miss certain things. So I try to be friends with the parents of the children that he's interacting with. So in case I miss something and they catch it, they let me know. And I've had that. But what I have realized with my own son is that things that he used to be really quick at catching in school, he's now lagging behind. And I have had to decrease and, as a matter of fact, completely cut off his game time and his interaction with the online world for that reason. So
Listen,
I know
can I just
firsthand.
pause a second? Because I thought this question is just sinking in more and more, and I have to give this question a round of applause.
Mhm,
It's not a question; it's a statement.
mhm.
You have to be thinking in. But so Makisha, great question. Um, I just put the StreamYard link. We have about 15 minutes left. Because we don't want to. She's been so kind to give us our time, and we don't want to keep her the whole night
And
to
I'm
get.
enjoying the conversation, and I thought we're going for about another hour or so.
Trust me, you're good company. You are good company, man. So here is the link, my friend. Anyone want to come on? Give your 2 cents about everything that Tiffany has said. Don't be afraid. We're here to talk. We're here to talk. Great interview so far. I really enjoy Tiffany's company so far, and I'm sure that you all did too. I love all the questions. I love all the messages that come in. I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. They solve the problem by getting foreign teachers who can't speak English well. Tiffany, I saw something. I saw
Went
something.
through that in high school. Went through that.
Yeah,
That's true.
I saw something. I saw the GET program, which is a Japan exchange and teaching program, right? But
Hmm.
while it said Japan exchange, I know that a lot of teachers have went to Japan to teach, right? Okay, fair
Hmm.
enough. Do what you have to do. but I've never seen a Japanese teacher in Jamaica. So,
Mhm.
so this exchange thing, it does not apply. It does not apply to Jamaica because yes,
I usually see teachers from Cuba or Africa. When I was in high school, we had teachers from Cuba and
yes,
also from Africa. So
okay,
my Spanish teacher, I never forget Mr. Ocheng. He was from Uganda and he taught
oh,
us Spanish. But I'm not seeing much exchange in the primary sector. It's really the high school, secondary education that I
mhm.
see teachers from and colleges as well.
Oh, it's so funny that you get Jamaicans from Jamaica, of course, to Japan to teach English, and you're getting someone from Uganda to teach Spanish. Wow.
Right? That's crazy. I see Tanisha's comment and I agree. If they are, we can't stop them from interacting with the screen, so let us make it make sense. There are fun ways that they can learn. Children nowadays don't necessarily like to write. There's a site called Live Worksheets where you
Hmm.
can type in topics that are related to what your children are doing, and they can do it on the tablet by like drawing lines or typing in numbers. They don't have to write anything. The sheet
Oh,
actually checks it for you and
yes.
lets you know what's right and what's wrong and whatever. So there
Oh,
are so many educational things out there that we can use.
all right, Julian. We'd appreciate it if you click this link and come give your 2 cents. We'd really appreciate it. Don't be shy. Queen, D Queen, yes, you as well. Um, so Julian is saying Tanisha Roadblock has hidden windows and does with hidden messages. You got to be careful, especially for little girls. All right.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's in the
Mrs. Webley is
movies. That's how
saying,
they go.
yeah. So Mrs. Webley is saying, imagine an African accent teaching Spanish.
Right? Imagine the African accent teaching us Espanol. Crazy.
Crazy.
But he was a wonderful man. Wonderful man.
I mean,
Wonderful.
you just I will send you the link, Amanda. Okay. All right. I said, see, I'm gonna have to make my son delete rollback. I didn't know that, Judy. Oh,
Yep.
cool. Yes, I will send you the link, Amanda. All right.
We need, as parents, my advice to you, spend a little bit more time with your children. I think we got into the culture of giving our children tablets through two ways. One, in COVID time, and everybody got a tablet, and that was also a genius design and
The,
on purpose.
by the power that should not be. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
And most times we're busy. We're tired, we're busy, we don't have the time. Just play on your tablet because it's easier. But I
Hmm.
think that is the reason why parenting should be a choice and something that you don't just accidentally fall into, but something that you prepare for because spending time with your children is important.
Awesome.
Very important.
Great
And they
advice.
cannot
Great
learn
advice.
if you don't spend time with them. I promise you that. They
Eh,
learn better when you are involved in their learning.
Listen, my son is a prime example. My wife, she spent so much time with him that he went from a C student to a A student. I tell you,
Yeah,
she spent numerous hours with him,
I've
getting
seen
him.
that.
Yes, even when I was saying, "Wow, it's just going to remain a C student," just okay, I'm okay with him being a C student, right? I
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
Then my wife had different plans.
yeah.
She
Mhm.
had different plans. So
I have seen that. I have
yeah,
actually
yeah.
seen. I had a student who was not doing well, and I had to bad up the mother because she told
Mhm.
me point blank, "I don't have the time for this." Me say, "Make the time. How do you spend 60, 70,000 dollars on school fee and then don't have the time? Are you crazy?" Said, "Tell you what, give her to somebody who have the time. Give her to her grandmother." And she gave her to her grandmother, and in 2 weeks' time, that child was a complete different child.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
awesome. I think this is what we like. Like this now. This is what I like because imagine we live in a world where we're all having the same problem, right? And then we're
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out the problem on our own. So here we are with how many students, how many persons on this live right now, and we are sharing information to solve a problem. That is good, You say you have a
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp group, whatever. We need to come together to figure out the problems and try start solving the problem on our own. So
Yes, we do.
I am
And we need
glad.
to learn to ask for help. There's nothing wrong.
True.
Me, I love to raise my hand and ask for help. Me,
Right. Tiffany, I'm
always.
glad that you took the time out when I asked. I was saying, "Whoa, if this lady gonna think me a stalker?" I was saying, but
Well, like
but
I
you
said, I
obliged.
love to talk. So
Exactly. You oblige, and you came, you make yourself present, and you came and you dish out a lot of information. You dish out a lot about your personal life and the best school that you have down there. And person in the comment section are listening what you're saying, they're communicating each other, they're sharing information, and they're solving problem as we go.
that's how
Awesome.
we grow.
Oh,
That's
that's
how
it.
we grow. That's how we grow.
Definitely.
Yeah.
The biggest backlash teachers have gotten is from the general public who doesn't understand a teacher's day-to-day operation. What they believe is that we do all this just right on board.
Well, I
What do you
have a smart board, so I don't have to write on the board. There's one.
think?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
forever boasting about my school. Yes, I
I tell
know.
you what. I tell you. Big up your school down in
We
St.
got
Mary.
liberty. We got liberty all the way. But that is true. And they don't
Mhm.
understand. If my children have a headache, they're coming to me. They tummy hurt, they're coming to me. If something happened at home last night they're not happy about, they're coming to me.
But I guess they
So
have short-term memory.
a lot
They
of
have
time
short-term time.
teachers
No,
know
go ahead.
everything going on in the parents' house.
My
Everything.
point
We know
exactly.
everything.
My point
Everything.
exactly. My
Mhm.
point exactly, Tiffany. It's like parents now have short-term memory because it was just yesterday they were in school seeing how teachers operate and all of that. So oh no,
Exactly.
when they become an adult, they're saying, "Oh, teachers now do not at school." My teacher, listen. I remember my grade 5 teacher, like she like grade 4 and grade 5 teacher. I remember those two teachers specifically
Mhm.
because in grade 3 I was a race a lot of time. I used to have a girlfriend that did not know she was my girlfriend. I used to come to school early on the other shift. I used to go to school early on the other shift just to look at the girl that doesn't know she my girlfriend. Grade 3, I was just ramping. Grade 4, my teacher, I couldn't talk, I couldn't play. I was sitting at the front, and she was making sure that I learned.
Yeah.
My grade 5 teacher, she just pulled out the best in me.
There are
She said,
some
"Brother
things we
boy."
never forget.
Yes, she brought me to the other classes. Hey, look at my bright sparks. He can read this and he can read that.
Mm.
Whatever, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I remember the day-to-day operation of a school teacher. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't understand how
I
parents
was
now.
born with the gift of singing, but it was my grade two teacher who really taught me how
See
to
there,
sing alto and
see
got
there,
me interested in alto. It was
see
also
there.
that same teacher who told us that we have doodoo in our head like crab still. But hey, I remember the good stuff. And
All right.
that's the thing. I will agree with parents on this one. There aren't all good teachers. There are some lazy teachers out there who really don't deserve no pay at all because they're not doing diddly squat. And that is
Mhm.
the truth. And we have to face that truth. There are a lot of teachers that need to go because they're not doing anything. And they are a part of the problem why our children are not progressing. Because as I said, teaching is a work of heart. If you do not love this, leave it alone
So are,
because
are
it
are
is
they
not easy.
so are they not the one who are leaving? Should I ask that
Unfortunately,
question?
unfortunately,
Okay, okay, they're not.
they're the ones
Okay.
that are
All
staying
right. So Nikita
sometimes.
Rose is saying when salary increase is being talked about, the first argument Judd Public comes up with is the literacy and numeracy rate in the country. Teachers cannot make brains. But before you
I
before
think
you even say anything,
literacy.
Tiffany, before you even
Go
say
ahead.
anything,
Go ahead.
that makes no sense because
Mhm.
even if, as you said earlier, even if our literacy level is at the C level, ABC, right? When we go
Mhm.
overseas, we're competing with the A and the B level over there, right?
Mhm.
So that in itself is making no sense to me, right? It means that we may not be doing the best that all teachers are not doing the best they can, but in general, we
Most
have like
parents not doing anything. I can recall
we have like
specifically a
mhm,
parent looked at me one day and she was a teacher. And the parent said to me that, listen, her son was in grade two, she was teaching high school. And she said to me, I don't know how to teach him, he's too little. So I'm going to leave that to you. That was what she said to me. When
mhm.
my son was to go into K3, that's when COVID came. He wasn't reading at the time. And I know that even though that I majored in reading, I didn't have the patience. because I had already gone through JFLL and it took all the patience out of me, so I didn't have it. But I wasn't going to sit down and let my child suffer just because I didn't have the patience to do something. So his grandmother was more than willing to help. I made all the flashcards. I sent her all the videos. I gave her all the instruction and everything. When she got him to a level that I could manage, I took him. My son has been reading at the grade 9 level since he's been in grade 1. I'm very proud of that accomplishment. You understand? Parents need to realize that the first school is home. Teach your
Yeah.
children manners, teach your children how to behave, and teach your children how to read. And if you can't read, don't have any children. Let us not
Ooh.
perpetuate the slow particles.
Wow.
I am sorry. I am very frank and to the point. If you don't have it up here, you need to not have any children. Leave it
Oh,
alone.
over to the
Leave it
next point.
alone. True.
All right, Judy said amen. And we forget that they are fully exposed on the internet, and that's how they learn and open to you as well. All right. Next one.
Yeah.
Remember that parents is the first teacher, and with home and school, it's a 50-50. Go ahead, Markeisha. That is nice. Good.
Exactly.
Lovely.
Exactly.
This is really
And
saying
the
your
faster
child.
parents realize that, the better it is. And that's why I say building good relationship with my parents. So if I have a child who can't read and I say, all right, mommy, apart from the regular homework that everybody has, your child needs to be doing this and this and this and this. I don't expect to get no excuse because I do what I need to do at school. You need to do what you need to do at home so that the child can do what the child needs to do and move to where the child needs to go. If you are not doing what you're supposed to do, then it don't make any sense. You understand? It's three parts, and if one part is not there, then the child is only going to be two-thirds. And chances are, if you are not doing your part, the child, because if you are the parent and you're spending whatever money you're spending to send your child to school, this is from a private school perspective, and you don't want to put out any form of effort into your child and you're spending so much money, why me as a child must do anything when all I need to do is eat and sleep and exist? Life is not.
Listen, man.
You
You're giving
understand?
you're just started. You're just giving me ideas to start a different podcast, a different program to talk about what is really happening with these parents. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think
you
it's going to
need
call
to.
the
Parents
podcast.
need to get it together.
Yeah, the podcast is going to call parents and teachers because just parents and teachers. All right. So Mrs. Webley saying that okay, yes, they spend more time at school. By the way,
To be honest,
to
then
be honest, okay. Mad Maths games
I
are
do
good
that.
as
Yeah,
well. Go on the site and enter the topic your child is doing, and you will have games they can play
I
as
love that. Thank you.
well. Okay. All right. So you hear that? That's the advice that all parents can take from here. All right. Someone having a laugh
Madman.
there. Mad Math. So you know that site as well?
I'm showing off with the smart board. Yeah, why not?
app as
No,
well, the
I've never,
smart.
I've never heard of the Mad Maths, but I'm making a mental note. I love teaching children through music, through
Mhm,
games, through dance, through movement. That's
mhm.
me. I pride myself on being the fun teacher. So any site that allows children to learn in a fun way, I'm all for it. All
Ah,
for it.
cool. And
Yeah.
this is what we're saying, that we're glad that we're here to share information with each other. We're just bouncing off each other right now, and this is all praises to the Most
Thank
High,
you, D. See, somebody agrees with me. Somebody agrees with me.
man. If you
Yes.
can't just stop having
Listen,
children.
on a
Wow.
serious note, everything is hereditary. We pass things down through our genes. And there are such things as smart particles. You pass
Okay.
down your smart particles to your children. So if you don't have none, what you're going to pass down? So get some. So it's not only that you should plan financially and emotionally to have a child. You have to plan educationally too. You must have
True.
sense.
No, no, true. On a on another level, it's like when you're pregnant, when a female is pregnant, I think she should do
Yes,
more
man.
reading and practice more problem
Listen to
solving.
healthy, constructive music. pray
Yes.
more, get more
Yes.
fresh air. When I was pregnant with my son, I have no interest in classical music, but I was listening to classical music the entire time that I was pregnant. I was reading books. I
Listen,
tried
man.
to sleep earlier, tried to eat healthier. I spoke to him. I was teaching him his ABCs and his one, two, threes before he even born. Right? So
Tiffany, Tiffany,
doing the most.
you are dedicated to children development even before they are born. And you
Yes.
see why, now you see why I say that you're a hero without a cape. Yeah, man, you're a hero without a cape, my friend. I really
You have
appreciate it.
you have to.
Really appreciate
When I found out I was going to have a child, I even deleted my social media account and changed everything because I wanted, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not,
it.
but I wanted the life that I present to be something that my child could be proud of, and he should be proud to say that's my mommy. You understand? So I changed so much about me and so much of the things that I would say online and the things that I would do because I wanted my son to be proud to say that's my mom. All right.
Wow.
So I think people really need to look within themselves and really, really process, am I ready to have a child? There you go.
Wow. Wow, well said. All right, so Mrs. Beverly saying, okay, I beg to differ. I don't think smart particles is everything, but the environment as well. But as you see, Tiffany said she tried to create an whole smart environment for her child.
It's a
I get
holistic
you.
approach. It's a holistic approach.
Mhm.
If you're living in an abusive home, then you can't bring a child into that home because that child is going to experience traumas that they shouldn't. But
True.
certain things are also everything is also passed down to your genes. Did you know that depression is hereditary?
Ooh, I didn't
You
know that.
have such a thing as hereditary depression. So we pass down things through our genes. Include that is the reason why when you watch movies and you see that they go into the sperm bank and they want to get a donor to have a child, you hear
Mhm.
them tell them, "Oh, this person was a politician and he went to this school and everybody's looking for the sperm from the person who has
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
accomplished
I
the
get you. I
most."
get you. I get you. I
Yes,
get you.
because it is written in your DNA, and they don't want nobody wants somebody who was a murderer or who was a thief because they don't
Oh,
want. So
yeah,
it is a part of it. I'm not saying it's everything, but it is
entirely.
a part of it.
I
Because
get
there
you.
are persons who can't read and they have intelligent children, and their children never knew that they couldn't read, never knew that they couldn't read, and they tell those stories. But those parents wanted more for their children than they had for themselves.
True. I get you.
So it has to be a holistic approach.
True. I love that answer. All right. So Sister Teresa Mata is saying, oh, she's signing out now. So Sister Teresa Mata is not from the side of the hemisphere. She's from England. She's British. My British friend. All
Oh,
right, Sister
lovely.
Rachel. Yeah. She know that
Lovely to have
we
you, love. Have a spot of tea on me, yeah?
yeah, long time I don't drink my tea, Sister Rachel. I normally have a cup of tea, but I don't have it tonight, yeah.
Cheers.
All right, Sister Rachel, do have yourself a wonderful rest. Praise the Most High Yahuwah Elohim indeed. Baruch you, my sister. Yeah. So that's our sister Rachel. She's very loving and she's very kind. I tell you, she's very very kind. I can
I
tell you
see
that.
you have a nice little family. That's wonderful.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. See you for the next live. All right. So, Sister Tiffany, we're not going to keep you much longer. If anybody, I guess nobody want to come on. Everybody's shy tonight, but I can assure you that what we have back, Tiffany, on another show for another topic. And I tell you that it will be just as interesting because I probably would just call it teachers and parents, man. All teachers, all parents come in and just share you guys' view. And we help each other because, as you know, we are all for the children.
Yep.
Those those who have been on this channel before, know that I love children. Like I'm all for the children. Save our children from these people that we don't know, but they do exist,
Yeah.
right? That
Mm-hmm.
makes these apps, makes these social media, whatever. Just to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't even want to say some of these words. What they're trying
Remember
to
that children are
do.
the future. So if we can attack it from now, then they
Yeah,
control it. And
exactly.
that's it.
Yeah, and we're just going at it as a team. So Sister Tiffany Campbell. Well, let me just put up.
Chambers,
Yeah,
Clark.
yeah, that's what I just did. I say, you know what? Let me just put up that thing before I
I
get
have
message.
always had that mix up my whole life. Everybody always call me Campbell instead of Chambers. I don't know why.
Yes. Tiffany Chambers Clark. But we see this T with us a Campbell. Yes. Tiffany Chambers Clark, respect to all of your name and the name that you have gotten from your husband as well.
Yeah.
Big up to you and your family. Big up your son, big up your husband, big up yourself. No, I'm not gonna big up. Now I tell you to big up yourself because that is so selfish. I'm gonna big you
And
up.
don't forget to pick up Liberty. Pick up Liberty. Pick up Liberty.
Big up Liberty down in St. Mary. It's
Yes.
not only capital in St. Mary. It's not only the
Yes.
banana chips, but you have a little school down there called
Yes. We have
Liberty.
Liberty Learning
We have
Center.
Liberty down there
Yes.
in Liberty Learning Center down there in St. Mary. We listen, man. We love to hear a whole lot more from you, Tiffany. But we know that we can't keep you for the entire duration of the night. You have a family,
Yep.
and we are not unfair. We know that you have to go and make your lesson plan for Liberty Essential.
Oh, no, no. My lesson
Liberty
plans have been sent in from Thursday.
See
They were
there.
due on Friday. They were sent in on
There
Thursday.
you
I am
go.
that
There you
teacher.
go.
I
There
am
go
that
Liberty.
teacher.
There you go. Go Liberty, as Mrs. Webley says. Listen, man, big up
Yes.
everybody who came through, passed through in the comment section. I can't remember everybody's name, but we know we have Shadow, we have Mrs. Webley, we have Julian, we have the Queen. If you remember anybody else, you can let me know as well. We have Sister Rachel, we have Sponge Beeb or something like some sponge, something another, but big up, you know, yeah, something of that sort.
And we have Miss
Kimani.
Mullings who joined as well, one
All
of my
right.
parents.
You see, you're remembering them. Everybody who passed through, man, I really appreciate Sister Amia. Yeah, man, everybody who passed through, we really appreciate it. Baby wordplay. I'm not forgetting Tanisha, my friend as well. Amanda as well. Did I say Shadow? I said that already. The Queen,
Yeah.
all of you who passed through to make this show what it was, to make this interview what it was, because it was very informative. And as I said, I knew it was going to be informative because I knew who I had on. That I had on Tiffany, who is articulate, she's confident, and she's also a hero in our education system.
You got to be proactive if you want to have some free time, my love.
I tell you, all right, here we have Molly's here. She said wonderful program and very informative. Indeed, it was. I learned something. I like to be taught. This is what if you don't
Me
know about me.
too.
I'm an independent researcher. It means I
Mm-hmm.
like to be taught. 'Cause even when you're reading something, from the internet, it is they're teaching you. You get me? You're still receiving information.
Mm-hmm.
So I really listen, man. All who pass through, don't be a stranger. We normally have Bible study. Listen, I had taken a break from YouTube. YouTube is not my life, and nothing can have control over me. I take a break from YouTube from about February. I came back with a video the other day just to get bled back myself in, get myself
Yeah.
in. Yes, and I'm gonna do Bible study, and I'm gonna do Bible Jeopardy, and I'm gonna do a video here and there. In December, I challenged myself to make one video for 30 days, one video every day for 30 days, and I did it. And I just decided I'm gonna take a break, and I take a break. Nothing can have power over me.
Over you.
Not
Awesome.
no social media, nothing at all. What I'll praise is everybody's saying it's standing out at the moment. This was a lovely conversation, Miss Tiffany. Share some good ideas and perspective. I
Thank
totally
you, love.
agree.
Thank you.
Much love to Tiffany, man. Much love. Good night, all. Good night to you all. Remember, search out the matter. This is my motto.
For having me.
Yeah,
It was
man.
fun.
Yeah, man. Remember,
It
guys,
was fun.
search out the matter. Don't just take what they tell you. It's not so much of a mystery because everything has a history. Seek and you shall find. Knock on the door shall be open. Open your mind, brethren, because you all are chosen. I'll see you on the other side. Till next time, brethren.